This is Julian here in Atlanta, and what I'm going to do with this video here is switch things up a bit. Okay, instead of just me, coming at you from a scenery and presenting, a certain idea, a certain concept, I'm going to include here a conversation that I had with a client of mine last night, on one of my dating programs, if you will. Okay, this is a personalized program where, I work personally with different guys on how to better themselves, on how to self-actualize in order to become more attractive to women. And one of the issues that one of the clients had, and I'm sure no matter who you are watching this, you will definitely be able to relate to it, is that throughout his life, okay, in order to not be hurt, if you will, in order to not be judged, he kind of repressed and withheld his true self. Okay, and we all do this. It's pretty rare that you put, all your cards on the table. Okay, we're all managing, our impression, if you will, like the perception that other people have of us in a certain way. And you can fall into the trap of just getting too lost in that to the point where you just keep repressing who you are. You keep repressing what you're truly thinking, what you're truly feeling, and you start, buying into this shtick, like having this certain front. And the further you go down that path there, you can reach a point where you actually lose touch with that true self. You lose touch with your emotions, you lose touch with what it actually means to be you. And you'll notice this in this conversation, okay, we're gonna crack into it, that this client, okay, for like all these years, and this is so common, like I can't stress how common this is, he kind of lost touch with it. And you'll see him you'll see bursts of that true him kind of shine through, and he catches himself doing it. He's like, oh shit, this is weird, and then he has trouble putting it out. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be judged, like you have a certain ego around it. And again, my advice to you here watching this video is, see how this applies to you. Ask yourself, where are you doing this? Okay, what fronts have you put up? What shtick are you, buying into? What information, what part of you are you withholding from everyone else? And let go of those barriers, okay? Put yourself out there, put your real self out there. No fronts, be authentic, and you will connect, be it with people in general, be it in business with, people you're working with. If you're putting out a video with your audience, it's like no front, no shtick. This is the real me, and it's extremely scary. It's extremely difficult to do. Okay, no one wants to be rejected for their true self, but you have to do this and use this as leverage too. That if you don't, you can go so far into actually losing touch with that true you. Okay, so we'll crack into it now. Enjoy.
Let's try something different. Keep talking to the camera, but instead of telling stories, narrate what's going on in your mind. Narrate what you're thinking. Narrate what you're feeling.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Tell the camera you don't understand. Just verbalize your inner thoughts. Verbalize what's going on through your head, through your body. If you're confused, tell the camera you're confused. If you don't know what I mean by the exercise, tell the camera you don't know what I mean. Do it for a minute.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what I mean. I'm confused.
Tell the camera, not me.
I'm confused. I just don't know really where I stand as far as success in women and everything, and starting ground zero again. And I just feel like slug sometimes. So I'm not going out, and I just can't gauge where I really am right now as far as success in life. And I'm just kind of I just feel like I don't know, just kind of giving the best effort I can in order to get that success. And I'm just basically playing it smart and focusing on the 20%, that's the 80% result. And let's see that. As far as interaction with women and everything, I'm just starting out again, and really it's going to take a lot of time for me to actually get to these things.
A lot better. Don't go too much into the story. Go into what you feel right now in this present moment. What's going on through your mind in this present moment right now.
What's going on right now in the present moment?
There's what's going on through your mind. You're asking yourself what's going on through your mind. Tell that to the camera.
I don't know.
Tell the camera.
I don't know what's going on in my head right now. Just the summer and taking it easy. again, trying to learn as much as I can in order to get success with women. And, you know.
Okay. So basically, the point being here, lean back in. Okay. So first of all, when you did the first time just telling the stories, again, it sounded very just robotic. You're just spewing some script. There's no soul, if you will, behind it.
What's it called? Authenticity, right?
Yeah. It's just like, okay, what can I say? I could say this, I could say this.
Yeah.
So then we took it one, level deeper. I'm like, verbalize what's going on in your body. And there were glimpses throughout that one where actually, like, you were the most human I've seen you yet. There were little glimpses like, I'm just doing my best, trying to get ground zero, like stuff like that. Real emotions actually came out a bit. And then you kind of got lost into theory of 20% of the best and stuff like that, going into another script. Okay? And this is a big challenge for you. It's like bringing that real side out of your personality.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's how the girl connects with you. That's how she gets attracted. It's like getting rid of that front, getting rid of whatever script, getting rid of a certain shtick.
Which is the present moment, right? That's like the getting to know, yeah.
Goes fucking hand in hand,
Yeah.
100%. And it's extremely hard to do. And just notice by the exercise too, it's like, it's very tough for you to verbalize it. You're kind of like, well, I don't, doesn't compute.
Yeah, I don't want to say the wrong thing, right? It's like I don't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I want you to start doing even with women. It's like, I want you to start going up, and this is a big one for you. It's like, and just tell them what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Don't think of a script. Don't think of what's a cool thing to say, what a right thing to say is. Just tell them what's on your mind. Because that's, you'll build up to it, but this is what I ultimately do. In any of my interactions, I'm literally like verbalizing the thoughts that pop in. I'm like, oh, it'd be fun to say this. Blah, blah, I say it. And it's like that full, authenticity where she sees straight right fucking through you. There's a book called Radical Honesty. Where I was actually, we saw the guy in the video, we were watching a video, and it's this author where he's like, he talks about like just fully getting rid of all the fronts, and a lot of his theory of it all is like a lot of unhappiness comes from people not being honest, and it's not necessarily lying, it's withholding the truth. And that makes sense. So we all have our little secrets, stuff we don't want to tell anyone, and the more those build up and accumulate, it's like they just burn you deep down inside. And this kind of translates in here, where it's like the way you're going up and approaching is you're trying to say the right thing, but there isn't that radical honesty, if you will. The girl she can't sense who you are as a person. Now, don't get me wrong, there is of course a technical side where you want to show, ideally the best side of you.
Yeah.
But in your case here, what I would do is I would actually swing the pendulum the opposite direction and just fully bring out the authenticity. It's like start getting in touch with that, because that's the foundation upon which you build it all up. And it'll be extremely difficult to do. Okay, and just difficult to do.
Yeah.
Even the guy, to kind of hammer this point home, like one of the things he does, he has like this, I think it's a week-long like seminar boot camp, and he makes a selected few go, I think under 20 or something. And the whole week, it's all they have to promise to be fully honest about everything, whatever they're thinking, whatever they're feeling. If they're pissed, they say they're pissed. If they don't like someone, they say they don't like someone. And at some point, he makes them, go, it's like they're all sitting in a circle, and they go one by one, and they tell their life story 100% honest. So it's like no lies, like as if you're just like telling the truth and fully honest. So everyone listens, and he films it, and then he makes them go show that video to their parents, their friends, and everyone. Okay, it's like fully get rid of it all. Then he makes them stand up naked in front of everyone, point out the part of their body they don't like, and describe like how they feel about themselves. And while everyone else is sitting around naked, and one by one, he even films that, and then they have to rewatch it, so on and so forth. Yeah. So it's like fully getting in touch with who they are, and like fully honest, no fronts, not trying to withhold or manage or feeling all paranoid like that, and just being like, this is me. And this is what I want you. It's like, don't think of putting on any front. It's like, for now, just focus on bringing that side out. Okay? So even just here, what's going on through your mind?
Success.
Verbalize the inner dialogue. Take perspective. You said you read Power of Now.
Correct.
There's that little voice, and there's the you observing the voice.
Yeah.
I want you to get in that position where you're observing the voice, and I want you to verbalize that little voice now.
What does that voice say?
Exactly. That's what I want. It's hard. but I want to try.
Very difficult. It's almost like I'm just too like shy. Like I don't want to say it out loud because it's like so much me that it's just like, you know, I'm trying to, you know, like protect myself, you know.
Yep.
So I'm saying that, but obviously it's gonna be powerful when I do that, you know. So yeah.
It's that say it's yeah. What you just said like connects everything we just talked about. It's like there's that front where it's like there's the real you, but it's like, oh, I can't put the real me out there. It's like you're withholding that voice, and then like once you put the real you out there, it's like everyone will know the real you.
I mean, the truth is that no one cares, you know. Like really, truthfully, no one cares what.
It's true. Like no one. It's like that's all like your. It's our own narcissism, as I say, that makes us think that. And what you'll notice though is that when you bring that out, like even what you said just here, like, oh, I don't want to say that because that was like, there was like massive honesty in there. Just that, just at least in my opinion, like the way I felt, like it changed the vibe. I'm like, oh shit, you know, it's like, there you fucking are. It's not this front of this like, hey, hello, I'm very logical. It's like, that's the real you. That's what you bring up. That's what connects with people. That's what draws people in. And from there, then you can bring the fun, you can bring the techniques, and you'll fucking kill it. So again, we're gonna go back to it. Try. Don't think, don't judge it, put it out there.
I don't know. I just like don't want to say it for some reason because it's like my ego, you know, my
I know.
ego's at stake, and with being a very like
Oh, 100%, dude. You're putting your true self on the line.
I don't want to say intellectual, but being like, you know, kind of like part of my brain where it's kind of, it is analytical, and like trying to protect that side of me that is very, you know, numbers and all that kind of stuff. And there's like this front, it's like that's would be retarded to do that. That'd be retarded to actually put that true self out there, you know, because people can actually use that, you know. But is it doing that? It's actually very powerful, you know.
Fuck yeah. Just a little bit more. Verbalize a bit more. Not what comes to your head in terms of imageries or thoughts, what that voice is thinking.
What is that voice thinking right now?
You hear it, take perspective, verbalize it.
Are you going to get a kiss close tonight or a make out tonight? Are you comfortable, I guess, in this setting?
What are you thinking now? What are you thinking?
What's going on?
Good, keep going. What are you thinking?
What's going on? What is he gonna do with my phone? Is there a password on my phone?
What are you thinking?
It's a plastic phone, so it's not gonna. Worst case scenario.
What are you
it's
feeling?
not gonna damage it. Right now, well, I know the phone is basically made of, it has a plastic cover on it. So.
What are you feeling? Don't logically think your way out of it. What emotions sparked in when I took your phone?
Basically, just like curiosity, like what is he doing?
Is that honestly what you felt?
Yeah.
No fear, no what the fuck.
Just felt like curiosity. What is he? Why?
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, well, you don't have to keep going. But this here is something that I'd highly recommend just even doing daily as an exercise yourself. You know, it's like, as corny as it sounds, like wake up and in front of the fucking mirror every morning, just narrate what's going on through your mind, like 5 minutes, you know? And get in the habit, again, it's like let go of that ego, as you said, let go of trying to preserve that logical self, you know, because it really does feel like, you know, you've developed like this kind of like logical shell, basically, you know, and it's something that a lot of guys do even within the game where they can't like put themselves out there like, oh yeah, bitches, da. But I feel like again, I'm totally speculating. I could be 100% wrong, but I feel like you've kind of done that even through life, where it's like you're not this just very logical guy, and you just cut off also a lot of just emotion, just like it's this. If you have an emotion, you try to logically make it compute. And I want you to let yourself fucking feel a lot more. Again, totally corny question. When's the last time you cried? Like genuinely fucking cried.
Actually, the last time I really cried was actually after my breakup with the ex-girlfriend.
When was that?
Really bad. That was, let's see, 2.5 years ago or so. It was like the actual like, real deal as far as like really losing like a part of myself, you know. And,
Good.
Going through all that emotions and like I lost a part of myself, and really like it's just like a bad thing, the worst like emotions I felt, from that, so the breakup.
When was the time you cried before that?
Before that. I can't remember.
See? And again, it's like, I'm not saying you should be crying all the time, but you should be crying way more than once, 2 to 2.5 years ago, and now remembering before that. Okay?
You cried more than that? How often do you cry?
I don't remember the last time I cried, but at least in the last 3 months.
Yeah, because what I do is personally, like if there's something that really upsets me, and maybe it's like a strong emotion, I don't understand where it's coming from. Like what I'll do is I'll cut off like the ex-girlfriend. Like, there was an emotion I just didn't like the fact that I just had to cut that off, and I experienced that bulk of emotion there. But I kind of try to surround myself with things that aren't going to get me to that extreme where they have to make me like so generally I just work it out, at the gym or something, that those negative emotions. I never really have to cry. I kind of just basically you said, I think, was it you just get it out of your body, by just
You release it.
working out or whatever. You said Kelly Clarkson does something that that she like shakes her arms or something to kind of get rid of the
Shake it off, yeah. Taylor Swift. Yeah, dude, I mean, what I would say is there's definitely a point where, you have to release it. However, even just by the gym, and I agree that definitely helps to an extent, just from my perspective, it does feel like there is more so of a repressing of it, where it's more so, and dude, I did this a lot too. It's like you feel it, and you're just like, you just make the conscious decision, just kind of cut it off. And what you got to realize in the game is that although, say, it helps you from feeling as hurt, say you didn't do this, you'd have been, way more torn up, say, after your breakup even, for a way longer period of time.
Is it healthy to like cry and stuff like that, do you think?
Hell yeah, 100%.
How healthy is it? Like to experience those emotions, everything, those extreme emotions that put you at a peak where you start crying, how...
Extremely healthy. It's like that, even the crying part is a release.
Is it really?
That's how you release it. It's like, it sucks.
So doing that is healthier than basically not doing what I'm doing right now?
Yeah, it's like, view it like this.
Is that what Tyler thinks too?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
With the game and everything, I guess in all aspects of life, right?
Yeah, just look at even the...
Because that's what I actually like, because doing that, experiencing that negative emotion where it puts me crying, where actually I was crying for like a whole week. I was completely upset because I was, with her for like, I think, a whole 6 months or so. It was a good bit of time I had invested with her. And so I was like completely crying for a whole week because of it. And I was like, I just don't want to experience that ever again. It's like, cut it off,
Yeah.
And really cut it off and not going back to it at all. And but you're saying it's actually healthy to like jump back in there and start, especially when it comes to pickup, obviously, right?
Yeah, because what'll happen, like what I'll just say, even in terms of, say, Owen, if you look at that, did you see the breakup video we made?
No, I didn't.
You may like that one. It's a 2-hour video where he broke up with his girlfriend recently.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And even in there, it's like you see a couple parts where he's like tearing up a bit, and for him too, for a long period of time, he was very just like cut it off, logical.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, he started letting himself experience those emotions more.
Wow.
And the trap, and this is where what kind of happened, is like you block it off, and it's like for a while you don't feel as sad, but what happens is you start kind of blocking off the sadness, but also the extremely, say, joyful peaks.
Exactly.
And
Those go hand in hand. The gain and loss, up and down. So.
Yeah, and then when you go out,
Yeah.
and like again, we were out last night talking to girls, that's why it's so fucking difficult for you to bring that fun out, because you've been repressing it for so fucking long.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like the way I kind of view it is crying every once in a while. Again, as long as it's not ruining your fucking life. Like there's also a point where you're like, okay, enough's enough, and that's a balance you'll develop a feel for, kind of like common sense-ish. But what I'd say is like crying is like more so of a release, and instead of just blocking it off, let it pass. And that kind of goes even with Eckhart Tolle. It's like you see the emotion, instead of just repressing it, you're just like, oh, there's the emotion. Enjoy it while it lasts, and this too shall pass. At some point it will end, and now you've, in a healthy way, gone through it. So on the deeper issue, that would definitely be it, in my opinion.
So you think that actually going through those emotions, like, and really, going like up and down with those emotions is better than remaining stagnant and kind of, bland, I guess you'd say?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even with other areas of your life too? Even when you're down?
Find ways to, still find ways to make yourself feel better. Don't just be like, oh, I'm down, oh, I'm like fully buying into it.
Yeah.
I would say, let's just put it this way. Don't repress it. Don't fully identify with it, but experience it. Notice it and experience it. So it's like there's both sides. What you're doing here is fully just repressing it, ignoring it. What other people do is they start identifying themselves with it and they become like, oh, I'm just the depressed guy. What I'm saying here is notice it, but still keep that perspective. It's like, oh, I'm feeling depressed right now. I'm not placing my identity on it. I'm not getting attached to it, but I'm just going to experience it while it lasts.
I guess, and that explains like what a rebound is, right? Because a rebound is basically, it's like you at a high point and then you go, like crying and then you want to go back up again. So it's like rebound, right?
Yep. So. And that too, also understanding like emotions always come in waves.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you'll have just throughout the year or throughout, even a night out, there's always ups and downs. I still have ups and downs.
Yeah.
And even in an interaction itself, it's like, why is it that, because we were talking about him, like that friction, the girls get sucked in. It's not because you're bland. It's like when I'm gaming myself, I'm making myself feel awesome, then I make myself feel more serious. It's like I'm able to switch and ride through these emotions very intensely. And as long as they're positive overall, the girl loves it. She wants strong emotions that are positive overall. Not bland emotions, not no emotions, strong emotions. And a lot of pickup is connecting with that within yourself, but also within her, and then kind of molding that. That's what I do.
So really take the time to sit down and reflect on this all. Okay, ask yourself, in what areas of my life am I withholding who I am? Am I putting on any kind of front? Am I losing touch with that true me? Am I losing touch with my actual emotions? Am I operating through, a certain ego or not? Okay, and if you are, make it a priority to really work on this and get rid of it. Okay, it will take time, it will be extremely difficult, but it is an absolute must. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe here below, and as always, until next time.